Good morning to all. The topic is thread synchronization. First of all, synchronization in Java is the capability to control the access of multiple threads to any shared resources. Thread synchronization in Java is a mechanism that controls access to shared resources by multiple threads. Why we use synchronization in Java? The synchronization is mainly used to prevent the two steps. The steps to be followed to prevent the thread interface and to prevent the consistency problems. There are two main types of thread synchronization: mutual exclusion and inter-thread communication. Inter-thread communication is also known as cooperation. Other types of thread synchronization are synchronized method, synchronized block, static synchronization. First we gonna see about mutual exclusion. Allows multiple threads to work on shared data independently without interfering with each other. This is known as mutual exclusion. This is supported by object locks in the Java virtual machine known as JVM. And then cooperation allows threads to work together towards a common goal. This is known as cooperation or inter-thread communication. This is supported by the wait and notify methods to class object in the Java virtual machine. So this is an example program for thread synchronizations. First we gonna declare one class named thread synchronization example, and we shared a resource named in counter is equal to 0. Then we gonna method to increment the counter with synchronized block. We use synchronized method in this program. For void increment is a one method, and we use synchronized this, synchronized on the instance, and we incremented counter. And then we have get counter method. It returns the counter value. And we have main function, public static void main, throws interrupted exception. Thread synchronization example, we created one object for that method, thread synchronization, and we created two threads. Thread T1 is equal to new thread. We assign a value, and we use for loop int I is equal to 0, I less than 1000, and I plus plus. And we call the increment method by using the object example. And we created thread 2. Thread T2 is equal to new thread. We created an object for thread 2 named T2, and we use for loop int I is equal to 0, I less than 1000, and I increment. And we call the same increment function using the same object name example. So and then we start both threads, T1 dot start and T2 dot start. So wait for both threads to finish, and T1 dot join, T2 dot join. Then the two threads are joined. Print the final counter value. We use system.out.println to print the final counter value. Then the output value is printed on the console screen, and that is 2000. So we use thread synchronization because we are calling two threads T1 and T2 at the same time. So the method get confused which one get executed first. So we use synchronized keyword. Synchronized keyword in method, it is used to block the thread. If one thread is executed, it blocks the another thread, and and the thread is executed completely. This synchronization is notify the second thread to execute. So this why thread synchronization is used. So syntax for thread synchronization. Synchronized method. When a thread calls a synchronized method, it occurs the local in the object instance. Other threads cannot call any other synchronized method on the same object until the lock is released. If the one thread is executed at that time, another thread is locked until the executing thread is being released. So syntax for that synchronized method is public synchronized